Hello everybody, I'm so excited you're here. We're going to do a special Q&A thing today. I've been receiving a lot of questions lately about the new energy we're feeling right now. It's amazing, it feels so good. So many people reached out to me after Thomas' show on Thursday. Was that the 18th? Whoa! Oh, yeah, go back and listen to that. A lot of people reached out and they were telling me they just had tears in their eyes and just felt something amazing, you know. And we want to talk about this energy people are feeling, as well as I received a lot of questions about the extra dimensional body and how that works, and some of those we'll jump on some of those, as well as questions about the ET thing, and I think that's super important. Just like Thomas had just recently mentioned, that it's damaging for folks to just think, oh, you know, Arcturian's good, right, or Draco all bad, or you know, like this thinking is not healthy, and I don't want to ever give people the impression that just because I've had positive experiences with non-humans that I'm trying to promote people just chasing down some kind of we need to hurry up and meet non-humans kind of path. That's not always a good thing. A, B, that's not what we're needing to be focusing on right now. That's not it. This is a human thing, and we as humanity need to stay focused on our inner work and getting ourselves in a position where we can help others. That's the focus. That's always the focus. Is we're trying to strengthen ourselves, not so that we're all big and cool, but that we have something to give others. You know, it's hard to give others anything if you yourself are not in a good place, right? So, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, you know, you want to be healthy so that you can help others heal. You know, that's what this is about. So I do understand how I get hit with that a lot, you know, these ET questions, and we're going to jump into some of these. And I just really think it's important to clarify, you know, we don't want people running around joining angel cults and ET cults and all this stuff. This is not it. This is about our inner self. This is about finding out what that is. It's about understanding our energetic bodies. It's not about chasing some new identity, chasing something over there. So, I also received a lot of questions about the book that's coming up. So let's go ahead and see if we can wrap all that up into one. And we'll do an extra special Q&A with Zenja where we talk about angels and aliens and energy and the extra dimensional body and just a little bit about the book coming out, and also too about what's going on with THI Oregon, because we've been doing some things that are very fun. Some inspirational people in the group are pointing us to activities and projects we can be part of that's been really exciting, and I would just love to share what these awesome folks are doing with you guys, and what I am just blessed to be a part of, just a chance to be around all these people doing great things and do what little part I can to help. It's just an honor, and it's great. So Q&A with Zenja. Let's do this!
Q&A with Zenja, Q&A with Zenja, Super Windy Q&A with Zenja.
Okay, so we're just going to dig right in. First question. So the first question I want to address has to do with the ET thing that I've been getting a lot of questions about, and that will actually roll nicely into discussion about energy. Now, I had discussed ETs and specifically even Arcturians in the past, and that's come up. People have hit me up a lot about that, and human, non-human relationships and that interaction. A lot of people are like, oh, they want to run in, you know, how soon are we going to, you know, meet non-humans and stuff? And I get how exciting, you know, that thought can be. Be careful what you wish for. A, you know, you don't always want that thing that you want, or that you think you want, right? I mean, we all might want to win $100 million in the lottery, but we see how well that goes for certain folks, right? So we want to really prioritize human growth, human effort, human cooperation here on Midgard. That's number one, okay? That has to be our priority, growing ourselves spiritually, okay? But I do want to specifically address this. Now, for starters, I think it's super important not to be a space racist, okay? It's absolute foolishness to think that it's as simple as, oh, this race of beings is good and this race of beings is bad. Okay, we don't think that about humanity, right? Like, we know that there are humans who are engaged in service to others' activities, specific individual human beings, right? We all have the ability to choose this path, right? We can choose service to others and growth and sharing and healing and this kind of thing, cooperation, building, dancing, you know, we can share these things. But often we're not, right? We're destructive, we're serving ourselves, you know, we're trying to collect and gather and take and control and harvest as opposed to nurture and protect and defend, you know, and build. So are humans good or bad? Well, that's a very simplistic question. It's not, it's a bad question, right? We have these propensities, we have the potential for both, and we have free will and sovereignty, and we can choose these things or not, right? We can choose our own path, okay? Well, the same holds true for non-humans, right? Like, I see a lot of people thinking that, like, oh, Pleiadians are good ones, and, you know, the Arcturians are all good, and the Andromedans seem really nice, you know, but those Draco are horrible, and, you know, anything that looks lizardy has got to be bad or whatever. Whew. Nope, it's not how it works. I had someone a little while back who didn't know much about politics, right? Just take this example. They didn't know much about politics, and they were like, wait, I wonder if they're literally asking out loud, am I a Democrat or Republican, right? They asked that question out loud. I'm just observing this. And they were like answering their own question in front of me. They're like, wait, Democrats are the good guys, and Republicans only care about money, right? Okay, well, I'm a Democrat. I'm totally a Democrat, because I don't care about money. I'm a good guy. Those are the literal words coming out of their mouth. Any rational, reasonable thinking person just knows how absurd that is, right? And I don't need to go into that here. But the idea that it's that blocky is total foolishness. Or that everyone who is, you know, Arcturian is going to have your best interests in mind. Okay? It's simply not the case. Okay? Or that everyone claiming to be Arcturian is. Because they ain't. Okay, there's a lot of poppycock and bullshit, okay, going on out there, and I want to put this to rest, okay? I don't want to belabor the ET point. I want to get onto the human growth things, but just know that it's not as simple as every Arcturian or whatever ever has had your interests in mind. This is not the case, you know. It just is not the case. Nor is the case that every Draco ever has never had a service to others sensation in their body, that they've never wanted to build or cooperate or grow. That's simply not the case, okay? As a matter of fact, anyone who's been paying attention to the real news knows they have a new queen now, and things are changing, and that just brings tears of joy to a lot of our hearts. I wrote a song about it even. I couldn't help it. I just said so much. There's good news, okay? So people can change. And when I say people, I mean all of us, no matter what star system we came from. We can change, and we can make new arrangements, new agreements, as long as we make good on these promises, you know, then our children are going to grow up in a very different world. So I just want to get that out of the way, okay, that there's a lot of nonsense, okay, and I really want to tackle this head on, okay. I see a lot of people who I get a lot of questions from people who spend a lot of time following Corey Good, for instance, right? And they were following that whole narrative and Wilcock and all those guys. And they end up, like, hearing about me, and they ask me questions. And I find that there's this, like, culty nature to the mindset, right? That, oh, this group of aliens is coming to save us, right? Or you got these people following Kent Dunn, or you got people who are all up in the Ashtar command, and they're like, wait, didn't Ashtar get wasted on and now it got replaced by Caspar, and I don't even know if the Silver Fleet, like, are you joking me? I can't, Commander Eucharon, I don't, you know, Metatron, Angel Cults, okay, yo, stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. And I ain't trying to be one of those guys, man, for sure. Okay. Ugh. Okay. I want humanity, one individual at a time, to recognize their full potential, to recognize their true beauty, to recognize their true size and nature. I want humanity to evolve and grow and become and reach its fullest potential in that moment. And I want to work together, and I want to create real connection, and I want people to dance. You know, I don't want to fight bad guys. I want to dance. Victory isn't when you kill all your enemies. Victory is when you dance together. Victory is when you build something together. Okay? That's victory to me. So that's where I want to go with all this stuff. I'm not trying to take a long way around it. I just want to really let people know the intention of what we're doing here is not to just talk about ETs all day. And in order to make sure that happens, we can swat that down and we can focus on the important stuff. I just want to say, just right out, if you're looking up and out for, you know, angels to solve all your problems and answer all your questions, or these alien groups over here, you know, I mean, to come to answer all your questions, right? Like, you might be following Billy Meyer, and God bless you, dude, but like, people waiting for your parents to come solve everything is horse shit, bro. It's just not, they're not going to do that, okay? Pleiadians are not coming to say, just that shit is false. Everybody that is channeling, right, opening up their vessel to channel angels and channel non-humans, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you want another entity to take over your vessel? Why would you not want full sovereignty and control over your temple, right? Like, why would you let anyone, like, why would you just relinquish your free will to another entity so that they can animate you? Why would you do that? Really think about that. I'm not a fan of channeling or hypnosis. Just not. By the same token, as not channeling, hypnosis I feel very similar about. As a victim of hypnosis in the programs, I can tell you it ain't quite funny. It's horrible. It's not. It can be so misused, and you think, well, I just use it to go to sleep. Yo, don't let some other entity help you sleep. Like, get yourself back, okay? It's in you, okay? It's the power is here. Okay? Each individual human body, okay? Each 3D fractal, each human vessel, okay, has the answers from source within us. There's no intermediary. You don't got to go talk to this alien and then go hang out with this weird angel guy and then, like, verify all that with, you know, Corey Good and then jump on over here to, dude, what are you doing? Or, like, looking to me for all the answers, or you know what I mean, or, you know, anybody else. That's not what we're trying to tell you. The answers are in here. When you allow your vessel to get out of its own way, when you see your ego clearly, right, and you're able to integrate that or set it aside for a moment and get out of your own way, you can really feel the truth inside you, and that's where it comes from. We know this, right? We don't learn the truth from this guy so much, or that person over there, so much as we remember it. Okay. We remembered it. So those of you who are learning from non-humans or entities claiming to be angels or non-humans, okay, if you're learning things from them, I would encourage you to be very careful about the message, okay, because it has to be supporting your sovereignty, right? Non-humans that are like, oh, we're going to come in and save you and answer your questions, do not have your best interest in mind. So fuck them. right? I'll just say, I'll give you a specific. This might be helpful, right? I'm just answering. I just have a pile of questions, but I'm just rolling them all into one here. People ask me specifics about my relationship with non-humans. I'll tackle that head on so everyone can just know, and we'll clarify some things. Okay, so I have had over the years. Well, I'll tell you what it's not. Okay, first, I don't hang out with a bunch of non-humans all the time. I haven't been on a spaceship in a long time. It's not how it works. Okay, it's not like I spent a lot of. Here's what happened. I had a lot of years inside dealing with non-humans and military personnel, human military personnel who had no interest in my well-being. They just wanted to, groom me to be in their dumb little show, okay? During that time, every non-human I ever interacted with was just horrible, okay? They weren't cool, man. They weren't cool. They were not, nope, not good guys. However, for a long time, a very, very, very long time, I've had one friend who's non-human, who just so happens to have Arcturian heritage, okay? That doesn't speak to all other Arcturians, okay? It just does not. I'm talking about one. I know one who has looked out for me forever, for years, who's only gotten my back, only been there to encourage me, protect me, and say, hang in there, you can do this. Like a big brother would, like someone who wants the best out of you, and that relationship has been very, very solid. It's just one entity, one being who has shown me reliability and consistency and support over the years, okay? And so I consider this being a super trusted friend. It's just that simple. So people be like, well, how do you communicate? I'm just gonna I'll give you deets. You want them? I mean, I partially kind of want to answer these questions in private 10 times, or dodge the questions again in private 10 times because I think it's distracting. I'll just tell you how it works, man. And this is how it's going to feather into the body and the spirit and the energy that we're talking about. I hope this is helpful. I hope this clarifies. Okay. So, how does it work when I can't speak to other people, but how does it work when I communicate with my non-human friend? I'm not going to tell you their name. Do I just grab a phone and be like, bloop, bloop, bloop? Do I channel? No. Nope. No. That's that. Nope. No. It works like this. Your three-dimensional body, okay, is only part of you. Okay, your three-dimensional body is only part of you. Okay. It is within, okay, larger extra-dimensional bodies. So, if you think of yourself, actually, you know what? I'm going to use a visual aid. Hang on. I bet I got something in my keychain that will work. Ha-ha! Check this out. So, imagine this is your three-dimensional body. Right? This little keychain here. I don't even know. There we go. Right? Imagine this is your three-dimensional body. Okay? So it's going to perceive what it perceives, right, with three-dimensional eyes and a three-dimensional environment with its tiny little three-dimensional brain, and it's confined by time and space, and that's your vessel. It's the one you got right now, right? Appreciate it, cherish it, right? I got this nice body. I want to respect it, you know. It's my friend. So this little guy here will represent our three-dimensional body. Now remember that there's a fourth dimension as well, okay? And don't think of it as a dimension like another place. Think of it as density, right? As a more compact frequency, wherein there's really no distance in time because it's all so close it confines into one. So that starts to happen at the fourth density, right? Where time and space just become directions of observation that aren't confined. But you don't have a native fourth dimensional body. Okay, you don't have like in that realm, you can manifest a body, but it is not one of default natural state necessarily. Okay, it's a little confusing, but you have to kind of think of fourth density as timelessness, right, and spacelessness. Okay, however, above that we have a fifth density, fifth dimensional body. Okay, that's going to surround this, which is more real, more concrete, more permanent. Okay, and solid in many ways, in most all ways, than your little 3D body. So like if you imagine me as the fifth dimensional body, right? This is the fifth dimensional body, and inside of that fifth dimensional body is this guy, the 3D body. Okay? So now within that, right, you're not finished, okay? Outside of that, there's a sixth dimensional body as well. Okay, and it continues up. But that body, okay, can communicate as well. Okay? So, my 3D body, if I want to communicate with a being that doesn't have a native 3D body, because my friend isn't hanging out down here all the time. My friend's native body is more likely a seventh density body. And so, and it can move its awareness all the way down to 3D as well, but it wouldn't just like, hey, just manifest. It's just too much work. It's unnecessary, right? We don't need that. This doesn't need to form a 3D connection with me, because the way it works, guys, my 3D body doesn't have to make the call. Okay, over time, I was able to develop an awareness and communication with my higher dimensional bodies, right? My higher self, right? And that's always ongoing. It's always ongoing. I always feel like a white belt at it, you know, no matter how far you move and feel your true size and the real nature of yourself, right? Which is much bigger than your 3D body. You realize there's just so much more, right? So what happens is my sixth dimensional body, right, can just go, yo, and I can just like reach out and, you know, talk to my friend, right, and give that information to my 3D body. So my 3D body doesn't have to do a bunch of weird stuff to go try to get on spaceships and talk to aliens. No, and I don't do it all the time. It's rare when I need like to reach out and call my older brother, right, or call my mom, or I reach out and do that. Same thing with my friend, my non-human buddy. I don't need my 3D body to make that call. What I do is simply reach out with a higher part of myself. They communicate, and that information gets sent back down. So, that just make more questions? Let's pause that, okay? I don't want to get lost. I want to talk about the important stuff, but I hope that you understand why I'm about to segue into this. Human beings are... Oh, wait. No. I'm going to give you one more thing on that. This can be difficult to conceive mentally, okay? That these different dimensions are enfolded within larger, higher frequency dimensions, right? And that your higher self has native body and wisdom and experience and past and all that stuff that is beyond what your 3D body normally sees or has access to. So it can be difficult to imagine that, right? But think of it this way. I think this could be very helpful. Imagine if you had like a piece of paper, right? Like a two-dimensional being. Let's say there's a little person on there, a little two-dimensional guy, a little stick figure guy who is conscious and aware, right? Well, you could, that two-dimensional being, you could observe it, right? As a three-dimensional being, you could observe a two-dimensional being, right? Walking around doing stuff, but they would not be able to perceive you, okay? They just cannot. They don't have the apparatus to view you, period. right? They're a two-dimensional being. They don't have the physical capacity to see a third-dimensional being. However, the third-dimensional being has the ability to see it. Not only that, but affect it, right? So you could pick up that paper, you could fold it, right? And they'd be like, whoa, you know, like they wouldn't get what's going on. And even if you tried to see them, you reached out and you touched them and you were like, I'm right here, and you're tapping on their little 2D stick figure head. Look at me, I'm right here. All they would see is light. It would just be weird light, you know? And like my ET buddy showed up and like made the effort to come into a 3D body, and y'all were around, because it's happened before. Y'all were around, it would just seem like blinding light to you. That's not what you expect. You expect to see a green man, a tall blue one, or some other thing. It would just seem like a bunch of crazy light to you, okay? That's what it would look like from your three-dimensional perspective, because that's all you're seeing with your three-dimensional eyes, right? But if you can feel and see and perceive and affect, right, things with your higher dimensional bodies and awareness, you can align that, then your whole life is just different. It just is. So yeah, just imagine that these fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional awarenesses aren't confined by the same thing your 3D body is. And as you over time align that energy, as you harmonize with your higher selves, then you get your wisdom and your strength back, and your power back, and your energy back, you know. It's not by letting some weird entities take over your reality, or looking up to non-humans for wisdom. Dude, you need to be looking at this human for wisdom, not me, not something else, really. Like, when you're in stillness, that's where you remember the truth, right? And we're all just mirrors, you know. So that energy that is moving right now is just berserk, right? It's just so nuts. Where to begin? So remember how we were just talking about these higher densities of energy. Okay, so the planet we're on, which is a sentient living being, right? It's not just people, right? The planet was aware before the humans, you know, before, like, you know, the apes were aware, you know? I mean, the planet is a living being that also evolves. And as we are her children, right, we as well evolve on it, okay? That energy has changed. And a lot of people call it different things. They call it fifth element energy, fifth density energy, whatever. That's fine. Those are all just labels, really. What matters is this. We must not fight evolution. We must embrace the new energy. Things are going to be so different and so new. Let's ride that wave and make something awesome of it, not fight and try to hold on to the old ways, our old thinking, right? Our old behaviors, right? We're always working on that stuff. I'm always trying to shake out bad habits, you know? And it's one of the reasons I joined THI is because I found it was just a bunch of spiritual black belts. And I just wanted to learn from them, you know? And I still am. It's unbelievable. A lot of times y'all are in the, like, chatting, like, where's Zenja? Is he so quiet right now? I'm just reading and learning, and I'm following all your links, man. Y'all drop crazy stuff and good stuff, you know? And so I don't always want to just be commenting on it. I'm trying to follow all these links and read and re-listen to something Thomas just said and corroborate that, you know, with these other data points and, like, really, you know, get these big. So I'm trying to learn a lot from everybody, you know. It's really what it is, you know. And I think it's one of the reasons we all love THI so much, because everyone has something unique to offer, you know. And regardless of how many black belts you may have showed up with at THI, and everyone's got these experiences and so much wisdom to share, they all come together and do it. It's like we at THI, you know, I only came out of the space closet like 2018, right? So, like, regardless of what skills or tools I had when I came to the group, you know, at THI, you know, I was like this THI white belt. Now I'm like a THI yellow belt. You know, I mean, I had so much to learn, and that's one of the reasons I love the group, you know. And then you got these people who are just, you know, Grandmaster Black Belt, Thomas at THI, right, the founder of the whole thing, and all of us want to keep growing and get to that point, right, where we are lucid, where we are the most of ourselves, where we're the best at sharing, and we know when to share, right? We know how to share our light in the right way and not just shove it in people's face and, like irritate them. Done that. So, what I'm trying to say is this. We take this energy that we have, okay, and we want to learn from it. We want to feel it and learn from it, feel it and learn from it, feel it and learn from it, okay? And allow it to alter the way we approach the future, okay? Because with this much energy, right, we can manifest so much quicker, more quickly. We can, with the tools we have now, with the energy that Mama Midgard is dumping on us, right? It comes from source, shines out through the planet, right? We are like a channel, like a conduit, like a piece of that, right? Source, and we're in between source and Midgard itself, and a fractal through which that light, that sentient light, that source light shines out in our own special human way. And humans shine that source light out in a way that no other beings do. And we want to embrace that, okay? So let that fill you, right? And don't be chasing things. Don't be chasing answers out there or chasing peace over there, right? Like, find that, right? Find it here, because it's right there. There's no distance from it. Make sense? Okay, so I think this one's important too. On the extra dimensional body thing, once you understand and have communication with your higher selves and those higher density energies, you feel very safe, right? You feel very, if you can remain centered, right, grounded in the right space, cleared out, right, cleared outward, right? Make sure there's nothing in that space. Clear that space out. Thomas was very right about that point. I was really glad he shared that specific. We want to clear the entities and the darkness and all that out first before we create that shield of protection. Okay, you want to make sure we push that outward. And it also speaks to the fact that human beings have the ability to deal with, when trained and in the right space, to deal with dark energies or dark entities, okay? So for a specific example or a way to kind of look at it in your mind, you think, okay, well, if my 3D body interacted with, say, a fourth dimensional entity, right, you get wrecked, right? Like, not too many humans want to fisticuffs with a raptor, right? You just get smoked, right? If something is stronger than you in 3D or has a higher density native body, you can be in harm's way if you're not aware, centered and strengthened, grounded, cleared out, right, shielded. You can be victimized by them, right? They can, if you don't stand in your sovereignty and hold that space, you can get affected by them. That's bad, right? So we need to make sure that doesn't happen, right, in our three-dimensional space. But when you're aware of your fifth and sixth dimensional bodies, fourth dimensional low vibration energies aren't scary to you, which is one of the reasons there's a fearlessness that comes with one of the many reasons there's a fearlessness that comes with awareness of the higher selves, which is really what it's about. And if you go up high enough, we're all connected, right? Like, at a certain point, we all become one thing. From a certain perspective, from a certain state of observation, there's only one thing in the universe, right? We're not all individuated. It all collects into one thing, right? But it speaks to the nature of how dark, when you hear about light workers and people who are able to clear dark entities, it's not, what you're not seeing is their 3D body punching out smoky bad guys, okay? I mean, you probably guessed that, but one would have to imagine that a higher density, higher frequency awareness, regardless of if their three-dimensional body could or could not deal with that threat, right? It's harmonization with the larger self, that allows you to just swat that, okay? But we remain in a state of peace. We remain in a state of love and hopefulness. And I think a lot of the fighting is over. So let's embrace newness. Let's embrace peace. Let's not seek outside. Let's not seek more enemies. Let's seek allies. Let's find our families, and let's come together and grow together. We can't do it on our own. We really can't. We really need one another, but we also need one another to be strong, right? The wolf needs the pack. The pack needs the wolf, okay? We need both. So strong individuals, strong communities, thinking differently, good ideas moving forward, and fearlessness, really, in faith, and not a desire to fight, right? Again, victory to me is when we build together, when we dance together, and we hug, you know. That's victory, not fighting. So, yeah, just know that the important part is to just align, to get that knowledge. It's all within you, right? We're just mirrors for one another, right? So let's reflect and really try to own that thing, you know, that gives us our full self back, and so that we can give back, right, in service to others. And if we ever have, you know, any kind of darkness, we can become more aware of its effect, whether it's an entity or it's just, you know, TV or just a bad relationship, whatever it is. You know, we need to be centered so we can be aware of that darkness and bring our light to it, you know, and be the soul of that place, be the light wherever we are, you know. So hopefully that helps explain a little bit of it. Yeah, that should be helpful. Again, don't chase superpowers. Be still. Okay, fam, we're going to do a little bit of a musical break here. That was a lot to take in at once. Yeah, this one's called Die Laughing. Hope you enjoy it. This one's got guitars even. And then we're going to jump into a little bit about the book and a little bit about THI Oregon. So enjoy this, and know I wasn't actually born on a spaceship.
Hear me now. I'm gonna die laughing just like I stated. Life's been a way trip, born on a spaceship. Bred me, bled me, lies that they fed me. Failed to impress me, time to confess. I live here in heaven, here now in year 7. New human era, Midgard, my mama terror. Bullet holes and backlash, backstab and cash that. Banks buckle, tumble, cause we royal like the rumble. I'm gonna die laughing, just like I stated. Life's been a way trip, born on a spaceship. Bred me, lies that they fed me. Failed to impress me, time to confess. Gee, I live here in heaven, here now in year 7. New human era, Midgard, my mama terror. Yeah, bullet holes and backlash, backstabbing, cash that. Banks buckle, tumble, cause we royal like the rumble. La 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 Tried to hide from me my pain I find signs of surgeons right. Time to come in as to keep surviving. I'm grinding souls with sorrows, bills crying. My feet die laughing just like I stated. Life's been a way trip, born on a spaceship. Bred me, bled me, lies that they fed me. Failed to impress me, time to confess. I'm gonna die laughing, just like I stated. 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 And you know it's true.
Okay, so the book. The book is going to speak for itself, okay? I'll say this. People ask a lot, how's the book coming? Is it out? Like, when is it coming? And what's in there? Okay, so it's been written. It has incredible original art. It was put together by a group of the most amazing people I've ever been blessed to meet. I mean, just the fact that I was able to just even be around these people was just an incredible honor. I was just thoroughly impressed by everybody constantly, and just super appreciative of their energy and their input. And I learned a lot during the process, But the book itself is going to be out August 1st. Yeah, we have a date. It takes longer to get it produced than one might think. You get the writing done, but then there's the production end of it. And that took, it's being handled by the most amazing people, and that charge is being led by Marcel, who's just incredible. So thank you everybody who contributed to the book. I'm going to let their names come out when that's time. But I'll tell you this much. The book is it's a first step into a deep, deep ocean of information. We know that there's a lot of people who come to THI and they're just, it's in the past shows, like there's 100 hours worth of information and shows to catch up on before you're really in that space with the rest of the THI fam and that information. Not to mention the fact, and a lot of folks, it takes a lot of time for them to get that, and maybe the audio isn't their way, and also too, Thomas, who's just one of the most incredible teachers and mentors you could ever imagine, is only still one person. So what we wanted to do with this book is give the THI family, people who have had a chance to chew on this information for a while, digest it, as well as bring their own information, and because these people are the sources themselves, bring this information to people in a way that they feel could be digested easily. And a lot of people need that book format. They just do. It's just audio isn't the thing. The book is what it will be for hundreds of thousands of people. It's the book. They need to hold it in their hands, put it in their pockets, and feel the energy that's there, and just hold that three-dimensional object like a energy magnet, in their hands, and have all those voices of honesty come to the choir and just share their source light with the most clarity they possibly can. So in a lot of ways, it's an introduction. It's just like a first step. It's like a 101. And it's going to cover a lot of different subjects. But those of you who are interested in the hidden history and the truth of what just really has gone on and been hidden for so long by the 1%, you really want to take a dive into that in book form, I can tell you that there are a group of people who are full of love and hope and hard work and caring and sharing and service to others and thinking differently, who just gave everything they had to love you and give you just one more tool to grow in this new time and learn, and I foresee a lot more coming after the book, and they'll probably create a lot of questions, but don't worry, because we plan on writing more to answer those, so that we're not always looking back, but we're looking forward. There's so much information already there, right? But we're gonna do what we can to sing a song together in the future in a new era, and just bring clarity. Not more fights, but more cooperation. Think differently about business, about yourself, about your family, about your goals. Shadow work. Lifting the lid on a lot of things, pulling back a lot of curtains, and just shining light. We just want to shine more light. We just want to amplify that, and we love you. And we're not. We're imperfect allies. We're just people, but we have given everything we could to try to get it right in this first step of people who really know what's going on, the insiders, and people who've done the research and people who've done the work. I still have a lot of work to do and research to do, but with the best of our ability, gather our strength and work together with a sense of love, and try to let Source just move through us, and bring to you something that will help, and we think it will. It really helped us to even just put it down, so we look forward to handing that to you on August 1st. It's the first honest book of history ever written. It's this one's for the history books, literally, people. The winners write history, right? But those guys are a bunch of dicks, and we love you, and we're just gonna tell you straight up. So it's gonna create a lot of questions. It's gonna hurt in a lot of ways. It's like tearing off a Band-Aid. It's gonna be controversial, but those are all growing pains. Those are growing pains, man. Yeah, I'm excited to see the impact it has, and I can't wait to see the growth and the communication, the conversations that get started because of it. So, yeah, look forward to that. Something. It's a dream come true, and we hope it's a dream come true for you as well. Okay. We think it is. But again, it's just the first of many steps. A lot of work to be done. So I'm going to finish up here because we got a lot of things to do, but THI Oregon. So, we had a great time at in Eugene, and it was a moment for all of us at, THI that we're able to make, and not everyone can. People are busy to, come together, not just be together, but we spent like 10%, 5% of the time talking about THI stuff, and we were just spent almost all of it just, cooking and prepping and cleaning and helping others, and, handing out food to folks. I didn't take a bunch of pictures of us handing out food to homeless people. That just didn't seem tasteful. But yeah, a lot of us were down there, and it was great to connect, but at the same time, it also led us to meet a lot of people who have great programs going already, who just need a hand. They might just need more hands, or they might need a little bit of money, or whatever it is, or both. But just connecting with these people and finding them is amazing, and we're looking forward to maybe being at the Share Fair. We got invited to, after this event with the Burrito Brigade, which every weekend in Eugene gives out food to folks who need it, and water bottles and things like that, like permanent ones, not like a bunch of disposable, but ones they can have forever, and other things. So it was great to work with them and reconnect on more things we could do, and share a little bit of information in the process. So thank you, everybody, THI Oregon, for just doing what you do, and giving us work to do. That's a blessing. Having work to do, having good work to do is awesome. Even if you're not out there to, even if you're not saving 100 people at once, that's probably not what we're supposed to be doing. We're probably supposed to be trying to help people in a real way, connect with people in a real way, one person at a time, and really look in their eyes and smile and share. and I might even post a video. I ran across this guy when I was in Eugene in Funk Plastic, and he was unbelievable. He was drumming all over. He was drumming on plastic and killing it, and I ended up hanging out with him and rapping for a minute, and then we put a camera on it, and I was freestyling with the gentleman, and it was just awesome, you know, just even that moment to just literally rap with a street performer. And then my daughter was dancing to it, the music, and then people were like smiling and wanting to dance too and tip the gentleman. You know, just these moments, you know, be here now and do what you can with the time you have, and really try to have an awesome connection with people and yourself, you know, and the source of all things. And your planet Midgard, you know, be in nature, is how I'll part it, like what we can actually do, right? A lot of knowledge, but move it in from the headspace to the heart space to really cement you into the now, where your energy is, your power is, and your answers to questions quite often are. You know, the THI family is there to help you and help answer questions. We can't answer all of them, man, especially, and not me. Are you joking? But we're doing the work together, and it's joyful. And one of these days, you know, we will dance together, people. I mean, you know, we're going to get Thomas out of this Julian Assange, like Ecuadorian embassy bullshit, and Kim too, and that's going to happen. We're going to do the work, and we're going to make sure that, you know, Holly gets a chance to hug her best friend. You know, I mean, this is about love, and this is why this is even here. So if you need anything, ask. You can ask me, you can ask THI Oregon, you can go check out the Truth, Honor, Integrity show. You know, I always like to lead back. I'll give you my 2 cents, but I always want to lead it back, you know, to the group, and to the real focus that Thomas is the leader of all of it, you know, really is, you know, you don't really want to ask me his, you know, what do you think Thomas thinks about that? Dude, ask Thomas. I mean, he wrote From Russia with Love for a reason, and answers questions for, you know, I mean, it's all there. Go dig into that stuff. And but if you need anything personally, you know, whatever, I'm more than happy to just, you know, help if I can, you know, for whatever, in whatever way is healthy for me to do so. It's not always healthy to help people. You end up making their emergency your emergency. You know, it ends up being problematic. So you have to help when it's healthy for you to do so, and not lose your. I've done that. Where you lose yourself in the process. A lot of times you're just overwhelmed. Like, dude, what's wrong with Zenja? You okay, bro? It's like, dude, I'm just tired as hell. I'm just tired. That's what it is. When I spread myself too thin, I'm just less of myself, and it's just, I don't like that version of me, you know. So you know, we're always working on that. You know, I'm always learning from folks. You know, and let's just keep doing that, because it's perfect that we're here now, and it's going to be even more beautiful perfection later, because we're going to do the work. So I love you. I'm tempted to end with a song. We'll see what happens here, but I'll probably not, because I want to give a special. I have a song I already wrote a couple back. After I heard Thomas's show, and I was so moved by Kim. Congratulations. And to the new queen, so happy to hear the news. So I'm going to do something very special with that and not talk about it here. I love you. Have a great moment, okay? And stay tuned. I'll keep the love flowing. Dream big, act now, love wins. Send you out.